Hello everybody, I'm Taiko Sauchu, and this is a Natural Selection 2 ENSL Gather match, and this is going to be a sort of new player's introduction, or a simple introduction to watching Natural Selection 2. Basically the idea is that if you don't know what the hell is going on half the time when you're watching the game, this is the introduction to watch. I'll explain everything in simple terms. I mean, you wouldn't want to watch a game of baseball or football without knowing any of the rules, stuff like that. It would make no sense, so hopefully I can make Natural Selection 2 make some sense. So right off the bat we see Rantology, this marine, health bar has turned yellow. That means Rantology has been parasited by the Skulk. The Skulk parasite does a tiny bit of damage, and it also makes the marine visible through the walls to the rest of the alien team. And this is important because the tiny bit of damage it does takes the marine down to enough health that it can be killed in 2 Skulk bites, whereas if you don't parasite the marine, it'll take 3 Skulk bites to kill the marine. Your 3rd bite will be overkill. It'll do way too much damage. And wow, Jester killing a lot of Skulks. Fantastic job holding off, but eventually cleared up. So, good job by the Marines there. So right off the bat, down here we have shipping is where the Marines started on this map, and server room in the upper right is where the aliens start. Most maps have randomized starting positions. There are a bunch of tech points on the map, these little squares that you see, where the aliens can build hives and the Marines can build command consoles. Those are places where each team can start. And so, for example, the aliens could have started over here, or anything like that. And throughout the game they will probably expand there. Some maps do have fixed starting positions, though, especially for the Marines. Terminal, for instance, has, or I can't remember if the name of the map is Terminal, whatever, but that's got a fixed Marine point. So we see aliens spreading their infestation around the map. These little cysts will spread infestation, and if you want more information about basically how the alien team works, you can watch my videos about that. And it looks like we have a quick gorge up from the alien team. This will provide important healing for the aliens, because the gorge secondary attack, oh look, the gorge belly sliding around, that's the thing the gorge can do, but the gorge secondary attack is a healing spray which heals aliens. So typically what Marines are going to want to do at the beginning of the map is spread out and secure resource points. You see down here the Marines already have 5 resource towers built, often referred to as RTs. And the aliens have 2, and they've lost 1 already, so that's not so fantastic. Marines need to spread out and build them with the Marines themselves. Ooh, they just lost 1 over an elevator transfer. The Marines themselves need to build those resource towers, whereas the aliens, they can drop them on their own by the commander. So once the Marines have secured a good foothold in resource towers, it's just a matter of holding them. So we have Weapons 1 research started. That will increase the damage on the Marine weapons. That research is done at the Marine Arms Lab, which is this building down here in the base. And already the Marines have researched mines, which means the Marines themselves, the players, can purchase mines at the armory back at base, and the commander can also drop mines for the Marines. So mines are basically what they sound like. They're land mines. You put them on the ground. When an alien walks over them, they explode. You cannot drop them on infestation, and they're very useful for a defense, or even on offense. These Marines, for example, could drop some mines here, and if Skulks attack them, they'd get blown up. So we have some Hydras here. Hydras are dropped by the Gorge, the alien builder class, and they're sort of, they shoot little spikes at Marines that walk close to them. They don't do a lot of damage, but they're annoying, and they have a small amount of health. So you see these Marines are held up while they have to focus fire on these spikes to take them down. So let's actually get a bird's eye view, not a bird's eye view, a person's eye view of what's going on. Why is this not working? I hit the wrong button. Okay, here we go over to the Marines fighting with the Gorge. And where are they? Here they are. There's these Marines still fighting with the Gorge. They're having a tough time pushing in here because the Gorge over in server room is ranged. The Gorge has a spit attack which can attack the Marines, and mostly they're having a tough time pushing in because this is close to the alien base, which means aliens are close at hand. They can kill them. Another thing the Gorge has done is it's put clogs. It's hard to tell, but these sorts of things blocking this resource tower are little clogs the Gorge can put up. Those basically just block the Marines, and they block the Marines from shooting. We have another example of that here in this hallway. Hello, that's a lot of clogs. And these are nice because the Skulks can walk on the walls and get around them, but the Marines are fucked. If they come here, they're going to have to kill them. So here's a Marine. Jabba Hulk sees these, and he's going to be like, what is going on? But he can't bother with them right now because there's a Skulk somewhere around here. Oh, no. That's gorgeous. Skulk. And now Marines have shotguns, so that's great. Have I explained resources yet? No, I haven't. Oh, they're killing the clogs. So each team down the bottom, you can see how many... Oh, the Gorge is dead. Shotguns will take a gorge down fast, even though there's these Hydras sort of providing backup. They don't do a lot of damage to Marines. They're mostly an annoyance to distract the Marines, because eventually the Marines will have to kill the Hydras, but they don't have to immediately. What's going on? There's the Marine. This is cleaned up. So down here on the bottom you can see the team resources. This is how many resources the Marines have. They have 5. This is how many the aliens have. They're also down to 5. How much they've lost, I'm not sure what that is, but how much they've gotten total is down here. And those are team resources. Each player also has their own resources. So for example, Mr. Jester has 5. Everybody's got 5 resources. Marines spend their resources on weapons. Aliens spend their resources on upgrading to new alien creatures, and then the teams spend their research on new upgrades and new buildings and stuff like that. So pretty self-explanatory. Let's take a... I've been focusing on explaining so much. How's the game going? Marines are doing pretty well. They've got 4 harvesters secured. Aliens have 3 though, so that's not bad. These Hydras doing a bit of damage to Mr. Jester. Look at the kills and the deaths. Gorgeous has 10 kills. The rest of the aliens don't have very many kills. Marines actually don't have a ton of kills either, except for Rantology, so I guess we've got MVPs for both teams there, and Marines not researching anything right now. They do have phase tech, so phase tech is researched at the observatory. If you need more information about these marine tech trees, you can go watch my stuff, but the phase tech is researched at the observatory, and it lets you build phase gates, and then with phase gates, the Marines almost took out this extractor, by the way, and with phase gates, the Marines can teleport around to various parts of the map wherever they build a phase gate. So finally we have the warehouse Hive claimed. You look here in the bottom right, this shows you the status of all the tech points, and we can see the aliens have hives on 2 of the tech points. So the alien commander, when they want, can drop a hive for, I think, 40 resources, or maybe I'm thinking the first natural selection, I'm very bad with numbers, can drop a hive, and then that'll take a while to grow. You notice it's at 41% health and 16% grown. That's because it heals up faster than it grows. So you can have a hive at 100% health, but it's not grown yet, and the hive has to grow for it to basically start functioning. When a hive functions, it'll drop eggs around it that you can spawn at. This is not warehouse hive. Here is warehouse hive. When it grows to a full hive, it will start spawning eggs, and the aliens will hatch from the eggs when they need to respawn, and it will start healing things around it, including this extractor, which is hurt. So the Marines have set up a phase gate in this room. They also had to build this power node so that all the buildings in the room would be powered. If the aliens kill this power node, any of these buildings will stop working. So if the aliens can manage to hit, for example, the power node in the room where the Marine base is, the Marines are pretty much fucked unless they can repair that power node, because then their base stops functioning. Their infantry portals can't function, so they can't respawn. That's very bad. And we have a lurk flying around. This is the flying alien, and the Marines, in fact, are researching welders. Welders repair buildings, and they also can weld up the armor that the Marines have. Marines have health and armor, aliens have health and armor too, although it's called carapace for aliens. And Marine health can be healed at an armory. If you just stand near an armory, it'll heal you, or the commander can drop you med packs. But the only way to heal up armor is to get welded by a teammate. So the Marines are going to be able to do that soon, and it's very important to have welders once you get your phase gates up, because otherwise the aliens will keep attacking the phase gate and just knock it down little by little, and eventually they'll kill it, because you won't have any way to heal it without welders. Although the commander can build sort of little welding robots, but you rarely see those in serious games, and this is a fairly serious game. It's just a gather, which means it's just a group of players getting together to play, but it's more serious than a pub game, so we're not going to see any turret factories or robotics facilities, probably, at least not until near the very end of the game. And no, there are no turret factories in natural selection. I'm sorry, there are sentry batteries, which is what you need to get sentry turrets, but we're not going to talk about those, because you're never going to see those when you're spectating Natural Selection 2. And remember, we're learning how to watch a game of Natural Selection 2, so that you can appreciate the sort of casts that I will be doing and that other people will be doing. And we have a lurk clinging to the side of the wall and shooting spikes. That's one of the fun things the lurk can do. It can roost on any flat surface, probably any curved surface too. It can just roost wherever it wants. You go up to the surface and you hold the shift button, and or is it the crouch button? Fuck, I don't even know. Whenever I'm in game, I keep pressing buttons till I start roosting. You just press that button and you'll hang out. Just cling to it on the side, which is pretty dope, if you ask me. I think lurks are pretty cool. I wish I had a pet lurk. but it would kill me. I need a defanged lurk, like Dr. Kleiner in Half-Life 2 has his defanged head crab. That doesn't hurt anybody. I need a lurk without any spikes, and I can't even follow this thing. He's too fast. Where are you going, Boxy? You're on Team America. Okay, you're just an egg now. That's boring. So the aliens have researched regeneration. That's something the alien commander can get once they've upgraded a crag hive and built a shell. If you're, again, curious about the alien tech tree, go watch my alien commander video that's got the details of the tech tree and stuff. And the Marines, not to be outpaced, have just researched first level of Carapace. So the aliens are going to have to hold this hive. It looks like Marines are fighting down here, just one Marine. So aliens don't have a lot of aliens here at this hive, just have a gorge, the skulk hiding behind this thing. Oh, I would zoom into first person view, except, okay, now the skulk is dead, so I can do this without missing anything. They're just going to focus fire down on the hive, keep an eye in the bottom right. First they're going to kill the crag and the shell. The shell has the alien upgrades, this thing right here that just died, and the crag will heal things around it. Looks like they're not going to bother going for the hive just yet. So top priorities when Marines are attacking hives are often the upgrade buildings. You take out those upgrade buildings and cripple the aliens. You want to kill the eggs, because the aliens will spawn in on the eggs and they'll attack you while you're trying to shoot this stuff, and so that's not good. So you see these Marines attacking this egg, for example. Aliens themselves are another top priority, so Mr. Techno here is probably going to get killed if he can, but oh, we have a skull from behind, cleaning this up, but not cleaning it up. Oh, Lurk is going to take some good hits from the shotgun, and is going to have to run away. So upgrade buildings are a top priority, eggs are a top priority, shifts are a top priority because shifts can spawn eggs. Hydras are a top priority because you have to kill them eventually, or else you notice I've listed like 6 top priorities, but there are certainly priorities that you prioritize over other priorities. The extractor, not really a big priority usually. The hive is pretty high up on the list. You want to kill the hive, but before you kill the hive, you typically want to take out the crag, otherwise it will just heal the hive. But you see the Marines have not worked their way down the priority list yet, because they still have Hydras to take out. Okay, finally took out the Hydras. Now they're going for the crag. This is well-positioned crag. It's behind the hive, but it doesn't have quite enough health to stand up to this Marine onslaught. Lurk is doing what he can, but the crag hive might be in trouble. Marines are now going to start focus firing down on the hive, also taking some time out. Oh, killed a gorge. I'm not sure how the gorge came in here. Also going to take time out to focus fire eggs when they get here. And we have a fade showing up. Fades blinking around, killing some people. Fades are often not quite as effective until they get Blink. Blink allows the fades to like teleport around for serious. Right now Gorge has Shadow Step, which is sort of half teleporting, but it's good enough to clean up these Marines, so that fade really turned the tide in that battle. Those Marines were there for a while and they did some damage. They took out the upgrade building, they took out the Hydras, and they took out the Crags, but they weren't able to get the hive. They spent a lot of their time killing the eggs, but they do have a phase gate here, so if they want they can keep reinforcing this attack. Sent Harrison over to the right to harass this hive. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for him. We have a couple of drifters positioned around the map. Where are they? Where are you, drifter? Oh, there you are. Let's see if we can find you. So this game is not perfect for watching if you want to follow the game itself, but that's because we're learning. Sometimes we ignore the attack on the hive to learn. This is a drifter, and I'll talk about the drifter in a sec. I want to go watch the attack on the hive. This is exciting. What's going on? So Marines are in the hive again, thanks to the phase gate. They've been able to reinforce very quickly, and these shotguns are serving them well, but these skulks are hopping around like a monkey on crack. And as we all know, monkeys on crack are more than a match for people with shotguns, but only in large groups. Skulks cannot go in one by one and expect to win. They need to wait until they have a critical mass, because the Marines have a critical mass. There are 4 Marines in here. There's a Lurk swooping around. Lurk can just harass these Marines until the skulks come up. They're killing the crag. Again, we have another skulk going in on its own. Gorge is trying to do some damage. Finally kill one of these Marines, but probably going to be able to reinforce from the phase gate. Marines have done a tiny bit of damage to this warehouse hive. It's at 96%. But I don't know. They're probably going to be able to sustain this attack more or less indefinitely. The alien's not doing a great job of wiping them out en masse. Marine should maybe think about killing this cyst, because if you kill a cyst in a chain of cysts, the unconnected ones die, and that fade should not have attacked alone. These aliens just can't attack alone into this. You notice they're all dying. The only one who survives is the Lurk, because it's so agile. A couple of Crags drop, 3 Crags drop to try and save the hive from death. They're not going to be able to out-heal the damage these Marines doing. The Marines pulling out their axes, the axe not actually futile or attacking, it does bonus damage to structures, so if you ever need to kill structures, pull out your axe or your welder. That's why not only does it save ammo, but that's why you'll see Marines going to town with those. It doesn't do actually as much damage as just emptying a clip into it does, but obviously it saves ammo. And it leaves you available to fight the aliens. So the aliens finally clean up the attack. Warehouse got down to 64%, but still alive. So let's talk about the drifters again. Do you remember the drifters? I showed you one, but if you've forgotten what it looks like, here is another. These drifters are controlled by the alien commander. When they're not moving, they're cloaked. And so the alien commander can send them out around the map and use them to scout. And it looks like the Marines had a command station and elevator transfer. That's partially to keep the aliens from dropping a hive there. If there's a command station there, they can't drop a hive. And that's also partially because the Marines need 2 or more tech points secured in order to purchase jetpacks once they research jetpacks. So jetpack research is about halfway finished. You see down here this little progress bar above the jetpack. And once that's done, the Marines will be jetting around like nobody's business, and then they'll be very difficult to kill for the aliens. And it looks like the Marines, of course, did hold off this attack on their second tech point, so unless the aliens bring some heavier guns, this is not going to work. Maybe the Lurk can make something happen, but now the Marines are getting a phase gate down here, so it's going to be much easier to protect this second tech point. So, you notice the phase gate down here did get cleaned up, and we have a drifter here. Is the Marines going to... It used to be that Marines could walk into drifters, and that would reveal the drifter, but maybe that's not happening anymore. Maybe it isn't. Well, Marines looking to re-establish a foothold here. They've got the aliens down to low health, but the aliens have the Marines down to low numbers, and Marines actually do hold off the alien onslaught, but if this infestation spreads too much, it's not going to be to no avail for the Marines, because Marines cannot build on the infestation. You notice they killed this cyst, and very briefly you saw this one, the light went out of it, so that it would have died on its own after a while. But, so yeah, now the Marines could, if they want, build a phase gate here, but it looks like they won't. Grenade launcher research started on the Marines, so that's important. Grenade launcher is mostly an anti-building tool. Look at this, Lurk killing some dude. Grenade launcher is mostly an anti-building tool. Grenades do a lot of damage to alien buildings, and they're very useful, especially in conjunction with jetpacks, which the aliens, or the Marines, have right now. You're not a jetpack, 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 you're not a jetpack. We'll find a jetpack soon. You're a jetpack. And you're phasing. So the Marines have jetpacks now, and they can jet around and do hilarious things. And if they all buy grenade launchers too, this will let them jetpack into a hive, unload on it with grenades before the aliens know what's up, and sometimes the splash damage will take out aliens too, so that's pretty exciting. And where are the Marines going? Looks like we have some jetpack Marines. I'm looking at the mini-map in the bottom left corner, by the way. You should get in the habit of always checking your map when you're spectating too, so that you can pay attention to stuff that I am potentially not paying attention to. And who knows who's paying attention to stuff, and it's nice to have the big map up too. But so yeah, now we have Marines in here attacking the alien hive. The aliens still don't have very much technology research at all. This might be where the Marines go down, although nobody brought a grenade launcher. Oh, there, somebody brought a grenade launcher, so now we're going to get big booms. And those are nice because they do splash damage. Oh, aliens did prioritize the grenade launcher, dude. He just gets his stuff wrecked. The Marines can pick up that gun if they can find it and recover it. But this is looking like a bad attack from the... Well, no, I was saying it's a bad attack from the Marines, but they're killing a lot of aliens. Obviously, you would expect this to go fairly well. Jetpacks really outclass aliens until the aliens can either fly, so the Lurk can actually not do so badly against jetpacks. The Skulk can try and leap and catch jetpackers, but that's very difficult. Specifically, it helps to have a Fade who can blink, to take out the jetpackers. And the aliens actually have research blink. If you look in the bottom right, I would move my mouse there, but right now it's controlling my camera. In the bottom right, oh no, they haven't researched blink. They're halfway through researching blink, the aliens. And really what it takes is just fighting the Marines long enough for them to either run out of jetpack energy or get into a small corridor. We can kill them, and wow, I'm impressed the aliens cleaned this up, although it took them a little while. Yeah, that's just going to be tough. The Marines used a lot of resources in that push. Everybody bought jetpacks, everybody had shotguns or grenade launchers. They're not going to recover those guns. Those guns fade away after a little while. They're not going to recover the jetpacks. You cannot recover a jetpack when it's gone. It dies with the Marine, and so the Marines can try and push again, but that was a good defense from the aliens. Aliens really trying to bide their time till they get some higher life forms on the field, the Fades and the Elvises, because those are... You need a lot of resources for them, and the Fade specifically is more effective once you've researched Blink, and we see Blink almost finished being researched in the bottom right. But if we look at the resource situation, Marines have 5 extractors, or 5 RTs, whatever you want to call them, resource towers, and the aliens have 3, so that's about normal. It would be nice for the aliens if they had 4, or if they killed some more of the Marine things, but you notice the Marines have lost 6 this game. Nice job all in one. Wow, nice job attacking these scopes. Didn't actually kill any of those Marines yet, but was very, forced the commander to drop a lot of med packs and forced the Marines back, gave this hive some breathing room. Oh, Warehouse Hive, this is down to 56%. This Crag Hive may go down. This is bad news for the aliens if they can't defend this, and it looks like they can't. They're all dead, and there's not enough eggs for them to respawn from. Now, suddenly all the aliens respawn in a wave, but this is not going to be enough to take the hive out, probably. The Marines have been able to save their jetpack energy, because there's no aliens molesting them, and this is going to be the end of the alien second hive. Its death throws are twitchy and spastic, as you would expect a dying thing to be, and that's bad news for the aliens, because the Marines are just going to push their tech advantage. They've got all the fancy toys. They can fly around like they don't give a shit. It's like they're playing Star Siege Tribes. There's infestation all over the map, but that don't matter. And aliens call GG. So I hope you understood at least a half of what is going on there, and maybe now you have a slightly better idea of how natural selection works. I might do more of these. I might just make normal casts, but that was an exciting game. Goodbye.